Time for some coffee and errands in an absolutely legendary car. This is one of my favorite cars of all time. Honestly, it's the ID.7, specifically the Tourer variant, which of course is a station wagon with a lot of space. This is the best representation of the Volkswagen MBB platform. I think it's just a legendary, absolutely legendary car. And in this video, we are running some errands in the Volkswagen ID.7 Tourer. This specific model is the GTX variant, which means it's an all-wheel drive variant with a small induction motor in the front and a beautiful APP 550 permanent magnet motor in the rear. This car is pretty efficient, has pretty good range, charges okay. It charges better than the Tesla, actually, especially in Europe. It holds 200 kilowatt flat to around 47% something, and then it tapers very slowly, and it charges actually incredibly fast to 100%. Of course, the charge port is on the wrong side of the car. That's my main gripe with this car. No frunk, unfortunately, but there are so many other great things about the car, and let's jump in and talk about it. Something incredibly cool about this car is that we can see the charging speed that we would get at the DC fast charger. Right now we would get 72 kilowatts, and if we optimize the battery we would get 115 kilowatts. So this is absolutely fantastic that it shows this. Something cool about this car as well is that we have an option called DCC, Dynamic Chassis Control. So we can choose our dampeners to be soft or firm, depending on the sportiness that we want, and it's really dynamic. So in comfort here, it's super compliant, super nice, well-tuned, amazing suspension, honestly. For daily driving, just amazing. And in sport, it's quite sporty. This car has 340 horsepower. I wish it would have had more horsepower, but 340 is more than enough. It's only because I review so many cars with insane horsepower numbers. Anyway, it is very rear biased. It is very German, and it's very Volkswagen, but in a good way. One thing I miss though is one-pedal driving. No one-pedal driving yet, but it's coming to the platform, so I'm excited for that. The turning radius is okay. It's worse than in the rear-wheel drive variant, because of course you have this motor in the front. So let's run some errands, and yes, there is coffee involved in this video as well, since this is a coffee run. But I have my own coffee this time, so that I don't need to buy the $15 coffee down at the coffee shop, because then we would be financially ruined every time we do these kind of coffee runs. And yeah, the isolation from the outside in terms of noise performance is pretty good. We have the ESA speed limit thing, which of course is for our safety. We will turn that off. That's one issue with this car, is that it's sold as a luxury car. I would say the ID.7 is the top of the line, best MEB car. But yeah, the interior is really lacking in this car, and I think that's mainly my main gripe with this car, is that it has a lot of hard plastics. It only has 2 window switches, when we of course should have had 4 window switches in a car that's priced like this one at, I don't know, 60,000-70,000 euros, depending on the market. Of course, it's very different between markets. So the first thing we will do is to go down to the post office, because I need to pick up some stuff at the post office, some secret stuff, very, very secret. And here it is, a lot of crazy roadworks and people walking in the road with fishing rods. And then we will go to the pet shop to buy some food for my dog. And then I'll go to the gym to do some workout. I think that sounds like a perfect day. Then I have some coffee here, and we will just enjoy and explore the ID.7. Take a look at this. 2 window switches. In a premium luxury sedan, we have 2 window switches. Absolutely crazy. And you can see that the materials from here is fine. And then you go down here and you have these cheap hard plastics. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But I've heard that they will go back to 4 window switches. They did so in the new ID.3. I'm not sure if they will do it in the new ID.7. I'm not sure they sell enough of these cars to, add these window switches back. But I hope they do, because this is very unpremium. Even though I don't use the rear windows that much, it's about this being a premium vehicle. You can't have 2 window switches in a premium vehicle. Doesn't make sense to me. There we see an ID.7 GTX, and a Tesla Model Y, and a Tesla Model Y, and a Skoda Enyaq. And they triggered the car alarm. Let's see, can we do this turn? This is a very tricky turn, and this is a large car. I think we're fine. There we go, perfect. And we go into the roundabout, and the sun is out, and it's absolutely beautiful out here, which I do enjoy, of course. Cayenne, then we have a Q4 e-tron, we have iX, we have ID Bus, and XC40 Volvo. And a Nissan Leaf, of course. And a few combustion cars, and then another Nissan Leaf. Okay, here is the gym. So we will go in there. ID.4 coming up right there. Tons of electric cars on the road. Original Ioniq. That's a legendary one. And I think that's the first generation. That's the one with a lot of cobalt in the battery pack. And that charges amazingly well right there. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, that was a nice session at the gym. Arm day today, so some weights were lifted. Now it's time to go grocery shopping. And grocery shopping in Norway is not the greatest experience. And I think that's a Silverado. Not an electric one, but just a Silverado. That's a Silverado, right? And a Model 3 standard towing. That's so cool. LFP battery towing. He doesn't care at all. And we have an Audi e-tron, like you can see here, in the most beautiful color ever. Very similar to the color we have on this ID.7 actually, but not exactly the same. The Audi one is better. It's absolutely stunning. So let's back in here. Always back in. Remember that backing in is better in all cases, and that's why all cars, including towing vehicles, should have the charge port on the rear, and you should have pull-through stalls. That's the solution to towing with electric cars. Pull-throughs. There we go, perfect. And we have a Kona pulling up. We have 2 Model 3s over there. Let's go and do some shopping. And I can see an ID.7 Tourer down there in black. Murdered out ID.7 Tourer GTX. And an Ioniq coming up. You can't see it on the camera, but Model 3. Crazy. Okay, grocery shopping finished. Let's put it down there. Oh, there we go. And we bought some mystery substance. Very, very good. And B mode. Always B mode. Perfect timing, because that's the grocery delivery thing. Before he backs up, we will get out of the way. Original, iX. BMW iX. What do you think about the BMW iX front? I'm actually not sure. Here we have the original Ioniq. 28 kilowatt hour battery. It has amazing charging, 19 minutes, 10 to 80. Bunch of other electric cars, of course. And it's just e-Golf coming up. People are still running these 10-year-old cars. This one could be 10-year-old, actually. But it's most likely 8 years old, 8 years old. iX1, Kia EV3, right? MG4, Tesla Model Y, Ioniq 5, Tesla Model 3 with the fog lights on, illegal. And yeah, bunch of electric cars. And that's some dark clouds in the near vicinity. But this original Ioniq is fantastic. 28 kilowatt hour battery, 10 to 18, 19 minutes. Imagine that from like a 2016 car. It's crazy because the battery is so small, the charging curve is so fantastic. And there is another Ioniq, that's the facelift though, with longer range and worse charging. Then we have a Tesla Model Y. Then we have a Tesla Model Y Performance in ultra red. Good looking car. Then we have a bunch of fossils and a camper, which is nice. But yeah, I actually drove this original Ioniq. Beautiful Audi e-tron. I really want the e-tron actually on the used market. You can get some incredible deals, which are just absolutely fantastic. I mean, that was in for some daily errands and a coffee run in the ID.7. Let's conclude the car then. It's absolutely fantastic from like a comfort, driving, dynamics. It feels like a proper tuned German car. I miss one-pedal driving, but the drivetrain tuning in itself is absolutely fantastic. That's a F-150 Lightning, one of my favorite cars. And the total package of this car, lots of space. The comfort again, the seats are so nice. Heated, ventilated, massaging seats, of course. Travel Assist, which is the driver assistance system, is fantastic. The route planner is fantastic. Neo EL8. The charging is okay for like 400 volt architecture. It's actually pretty good. It doesn't match the new cars and it's lagging behind in terms of software and charging, but the charging is still better than the Tesla batteries that we get in Europe. 200 kilowatt, pretty flat. 25 minutes, 10 to 80 or less actually. And it also charges pretty well to 100%, so it doesn't fall off a cliff after 80%. You can get a pretty good charging session regardless. It's a BYD Sea Lion 7 and a Model Y and a Model 3. I can see over there, and ID3. ID3, I want to test the refresh. And it comes with DCC apparently, which is the same kind of dampening system in this car that makes this car drive so amazingly well. Oh, one gripe about this car, in addition to the cheap materials, no frunk, is the sound system. It's not good enough. I wish the sound system was so much better. That would be so good with a great sound system in this car. Hongqi EHS9, very popular in Norway a few years ago. Now Hongqi doesn't sell a single car in Norway anymore, from if we look at the statistics, which is interesting. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this coffee run and errands in the Volkswagen ID.7 GTX Tourer.